We got a recap of the top crypto news for the last couple of days. Hope you enjoyed the show and that you keep him nice and warm. I say that because there's a hurricane not too far off from where I'm at, and it's cold here. Let's start off with some Binance related news. So the first ever halt on the Binance Smart Chain happened on the 6th of October because of a $127 million hack. And despite the fact that it's the first time the Binance Smart Chain has ever been halted, it's a big deal. I mean, if it were Solana, again, right, nobody cares. But the fact that it's the Binance Smart Chain and that it was a predetermined halt, meaning that CZ actually reached out to the validators to stop this, is concerning. Now, it happened because of a good reason, but it's still concerning. And yet, we still have all these bridging services. I mean, we've seen the dangers of these. We've seen the vulnerabilities. Vitalik himself has actually come out against bridges. They're one of those things that are kind of a necessary evil, kind of like this show. So the attacker moved some of the funds, and CZ went out and contacted the validator. And they did something that has been unprecedented, and it's actually being viewed by some with very, very thoughtful eyes. So what they did is that they blacklisted the wallet of the perpetrator in order to prevent them from cashing out. And now that is in fact a good thing. You don't want to reward some assholes by letting them cash out of their, exploits. Now the concerning thing is that this is a decentralized blockchain that holds millions and millions of transactions and has billions and billions of dollars in locked value. And yet it was brought to a screeching halt by about 40 people. Now, how decentralized is this? CZ is a big hero for decentralization, but he's also said that he's gonna, comply with the law and act according to any specific government regulations in any of the countries that Binance operates in. So, how decentralized is it? Recently, we've gotten a lot of reports about how Ethereum has become more centralized by becoming a proof of stake blockchain. And we've just noticed, and we just learned how actually centralized Binance Smart Chain is as well. Now, and ask yourself this, how decentralized is Bitcoin when you have all the mining power concentrated on a small group of miners? Do we have any actual decentralized blockchains? What is a decentralized blockchain? So CZ has addressed what this happened on a statement on Binance, and let me read it for you. Decentralized change are not designed to be stopped. But by contacting community validators one by one, we were able to stop the incident from spreading. It was not that easy, as BNB Smart Chain has 26 active validators at present and 44 in total in different time zones. This delayed closure, but we were able to minimize the loss. There was an exploit affecting the native cross-chain bridge between BNB Beacon Chain, BIP2, and BNB Smart Chain, BIP20 or BSC, known as the BSC Token Hub. A total of 2 million BNB was withdrawn. The exploit was through a sophisticated forging of the low-level proof into one common library. A new on-chain governance mechanism will be introduced on the BNB chain to fight and defend future possible attacks. The number of community validators will continue to expand in the move towards further decentralization. We believe it's essential for the future of Web3. As decentralized as you want to put it, I mean, if you have the power to pick up the phone and call them individually and ask them to halt a transaction or ask them to blacklist a wallet, then maybe it's not. Also, maybe bridges should just be shut down until we have a better solution. Wow, that's creative thinking right there, guys. But really, we have seen over and over how these bridges can be constantly exploited and how they're really not totally safe. BNB token dropped about $15 after this news. Could it be possible? Would you want to just pick a chain and stick to it? Or do you prefer to have the interconnectivity and use bridges to go to one chain to another? Because what is the other option? To use exchanges for that? Fuck no. Maybe DX is working on the mother of all bridges. You have to stick to DX News to find out. Next up, we go to the weather segment, guys. And it's gonna be a shitstorm unlike anything you've ever seen. The name of it, Hurricane Celsius. So all the platform transactions have been leaked with the private information of hundreds of thousands of users. We're talking about all transaction types, crypto amounts, and more. It's quite possibly one of the biggest data leaks in history. And look at this, guys. Because it was a leak, in case it was something necessary for the court case, it's not inadmissible. And it really sucks because there's some very heavy shit information here about how the core members of Celsius have just really wiped their ass with the client's fund. I mean, I know it's not surprising at this point, but god damn it. Let me read to you a little bit of these assholes' transactions. So Alex Masinski withdrew $10 million right before the platform filed for bankruptcy. Daniel Leon, the ex-co-founder, also withdrew $7 million right before they closed withdrawals for their clients. Masinski's wife withdrew $2 million right before they stopped withdrawal. Also, the CTO, Nuke Goldstein, withdrew approximately $500,000 across different transactions. Like, what the fuck? Was this a premeditated fuck up or what? Masinski responded to claims of wrongdoing regarding the withdrawal, saying that $8 million was slated to fund his estate and federal taxes. Yeah, right. So no one really knows why or who or when this happened. Well, we know when, but we don't really know who was behind it. But again, if this was necessary to prove how much of scumbags they were, it's now inadmissible in court. We think. At least that's what our lawyer behind this segment is telling us. Lawyer reporter Batman. If this leak has in fact caused several information to not be able to be used against these people, then that was a very gangster move. I mean, who's this guy's lawyer? Harvey Specter? And you might have heard it said that it's lonely at the top. Well, it's true. You know another place where it's also very lonely? The metaverse. That's right, guys. As stupid as this sounds, as how much money has been poured into developing these technologies, as many stupid shitcoins you heard with the word meta in them, there's really nobody in this metaverse or these metaverses. So ask yourself, as many millions of dollars have gone into this, as many meme coins that you've seen, do you know anybody actually spending time in one of these metaverses? Tell us in the comments below, please. Decentraland is a $1 billion venture and has only 38 active daily users. Now, that's a very pricey ticket per user if you ask me, guys, which are not. Especially when DX News gets more views than that. Yeah. So these are very shocking numbers considering this is one of the biggest metaverse projects. Another big metaverse project is the Sandbox, but this one barely has over 500 users. Now, these are projects with incredibly high valuation, so the fact that they have this such low amount of users is quite worrisome. Now, the closest thing that we have to an actual metaverse is something called VR Chat, and that's averaging about 22,000 daily users. Sasha Fleischman, portfolio manager at digital asset investment firm Arca, told CoinDesk that the metaverse platform will be much more valuable to users when they actually operate as intended. Anyone telling you that there's a metaverse today that has worked is lying through their teeth, said the lady. So what do you think about a metaverse? Would you get into one? Would you go into Dungeons and Dragons or just a dungeon metaverse? And one of the coolest news, guys, you're going to hear there is McDonald's in Switzerland started actually accepting Bitcoin. Well, a McDonald's in Switzerland. This is actually one of my favorite news for today because it's a good thing. You know, it's a net positive. It screams adoption. And what really more thing about going to the masses with crypto than McDonald's? And, you know, we're saving the best news for last. Usually our things are more grim, but, you know, we figured we'd help spread some joy. So this Swiss McDonald's actually started accepting Bitcoin and USD. Multinational fast food chain McDonald's started to accept Bitcoin as payment method in the 63,000 populated city of Lugano in the Italian-speaking region of Switzerland, which is becoming a hotspot for crypto adoption in Western Europe. That's pretty cool to report this news. Now, if they also allow property taxes to be paid in Bitcoin, we should all move there. Well, guys, we've reached the end of our journey for today. Thank you so much for joining us and being with us for these very, very horrifying 8 minutes of your life. And if you made it to the end, please give us a like, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you don't miss a video. Safe in this bear market, guys, and please remember to always do your own research.